I'm back with chapter 3. Chapter 3 is a very small chapter. We are just going to talk about 2 or 3 topics in this particular chapter. It begins with measuring the business. How do we measure a particular business? How do we compare sizes of different businesses? This chapter basically talks about measurement of businesses. How do we compare sizes of different businesses? This is what the whole chapter is going to be talking about. We begin with the first attribute, the first factor, which can be instrumental when trying to compare sizes of businesses. The first factor is number of employees. So number of employees of different businesses can be compared in order to find out their relative sizes. After number of employees, we can also talk about capital employed, or the total amount of investment made in the business. The total investment or capital employed made by different businesses can also be compared in order to find out the relative sizes of businesses. After the first 2 attributes, that is number of employees and capital employed, we can also talk about what you call as sales. Sales can, sales volume sometimes, and value of sales may also be compared in order to arrive at a decision regarding the size of a business. After that, the fourth attribute can be market share, that is the sales of a particular business as compared to the total market size. So one business as compared to the whole market, that is expressed in terms of percentage, that is the market share. So market share of different businesses may also be compared in order to find their relative sizes. The fifth attribute is basically what you call as market capitalization. This particular attribute is more pertinent, is more related, is more relevant to those businesses which are called limited companies. So the value of shares, that is market capitalization of different limited companies, may be compared in order to find their relative sizes. So basically 5 different attributes or the 5 different factors are used to measure or compare sizes of different businesses. We talk about the first one, number of employees, then capital employed, then we are moving on to the third one, which is sales, and then market share and market capitalization. 5 different methods of comparing or measuring the size of businesses. The second topic is basically what you call as small businesses. Now, when we are talking about small businesses, there is no unanimous, definition available for small businesses. In Australia, if we go to Australia, we are looking at businesses having less than 20 employees, which are deemed as small businesses. When we are talking about UK or most of the other countries of the world, businesses having less than 50 employees are supposed to be small businesses. In America, on the other hand, when we are talking about small businesses, we are talking about the businesses having less than 100 employees. Now, the point is, how do small businesses survive? What are the advantages? What are the merits? What are the benefits of being small businesses? When we are talking about small businesses, they have dynamic personalities. That is in the form of their entrepreneurs. The entrepreneurs or the owners have dynamic personalities, multifaceted personalities. They are able to carry out various activities of business, on their own. So, they have that kind of itsy bitsy personality, in which they are carrying out various duties on their own. They are basically jack of all trades, master of none. So it can go in their favor in that way, that they are able to save up a lot of money through their dynamic personality. That is one advantage of being small, that is for the businesses. And then when we are talking about other advantages, sometimes these businesses get grants or interest free or low interest loans from the government, because government wants to keep them in order to keep the unemployment rate low. Furthermore, when we are talking about these small businesses, they usually have a very small customer base. That is why they have good knowledge of the market, and that is something which helps them in surviving in the market. Furthermore, since most of the small businesses are set up in rural areas, that is why they find it easier to survive. How? Because they have access to cheaper raw material and cheaper labor. So, these are the different factors which help small businesses in surviving in the market. Then after that, when we talk about the disadvantages or demerits or limitations of being small businesses, the small businesses, are going to find it difficult to survive in the market. Why? Because they are small. So they find it, they have a small amount of finance available. then again they are usually swept out of the market by the larger businesses. Furthermore, when we are talking about these businesses, they are they lack skill. They don't have too many people at their disposal. So one particular person who is controlling and managing the business sometimes finds it difficult to survive in the market because his skill set is not good enough. So some and their product portfolio, the range of products is also limited, so their survival is questionable. This chapter ends with one particular topic of growth. Growth or expansion is when businesses are trying to increase their size, sometimes organically, that is from their own resources, and sometimes inorganically, that is with the help of other businesses. So, the organic growth, which takes place from the internal resources of the business, is what you call as internal growth, and external growth is inorganic growth, that is when two or more businesses combine to form another business. Thank you very much. This is where chapter 3 ends. Assalamu alaikum.